Welcome to another episode of Don't Waste the Chaos. I'm your host, Kerri Roberts, and today we're diving deep into a topic crucial for organizational success: employee performance reviews and overall performance management. Performance reviews often stir mixed emotions, but let me tell you, they're more than just a routine or a check in the box, although I realize many organizations run them that way. Today, we are exploring the reasons why they're indispensable for fostering a thriving workplace. So, why should we care about performance reviews? It's not just going through the motions. It's about unleashing potential and driving results. Research consistently shows that organizations with effective performance management systems experience higher productivity and employee satisfaction. As someone who has worked in HR for over 20 years, as well as someone who has led teams of one all the way up to teams of over 50 direct reports, I am pumped to dig into this with you. And yes, I know that makes me a nerd. So let's start with the basics. Why are performance reviews so crucial for organizations? Performance reviews provide a structured platform for feedback. They not only recognize achievements, but they also identify areas for improvement. This process is instrumental in aligning individual goals with organizational objectives, creating a unified path forward. We'd all love to see that leaders are regularly having performance-based conversations, ensuring their employees have clear expectations of their roles, know what success looks like, and have opportunities for growth and development. But universally, employee engagement and satisfaction survey results show otherwise. So, while many organizations would love to throw this process away, I'm arguing that it is still very crucial and is going nowhere. Data shows that performance reviews boost employee engagement, leading to a 14% increase in productivity. Now, I can't tell you how many times I've heard a business owner or leader say, "I can't find anyone who actually wants to work these days." And while I have opinions on that statement, I will save those for a future episode. But I will say, if you want productivity, do systematic reviews annually and you'll see improvement. It's plain and simple. Data also shows when you align an employee's goals to the overall company goals and objectives, you see a 23% increase in performance. Again, I'm not sure what's stopping folks from doing this when the data is clear. So in the past, I've worked with leaders who have read maybe one article in the Wall Street Journal or somewhere else that said performance reviews are dead. And since they don't want to put in the work in the process, they love that feedback. And friends, that's called confirmation bias. And they declare they won't stand for them being done anymore in their organizations. So are there instances where I support this decision? Of course there are. So if I see a client in my business that isn't having trouble recruiting, retaining, has clear expectations set, they're getting great scores on their annual employment engagement survey or satisfaction survey for employees, they communicate clear and consistently, and they're having no issues, then number one, they likely aren't a client of mine because they're perfect and they don't need me. And number two, they should be winning awards and be nationally acclaimed, because what I just listed above simply does not really happen. That's a unicorn organization, my friends. And anytime you have people involved, that is a status almost impossible to achieve. But I would love to hear that it's being achieved. So performance reviews themselves are a strategic tool. If you don't have them, you should create them. One of my companies, Salt and Light Advisors, can help if you're interested. Not going to linger on that. But while we're on the topic, I'd be short-sighted if I said a once-a-year performance review is all you need. Now, again, I don't want to overwhelm you, so start there if you haven't begun. Or if you have used an old outplayed template or whatever that you found on Pinterest or Google and you're wanting an enhancement, we can help with that too. So if you have created a performance review process, then let's talk more broadly about overall ongoing performance management. So performance management is a continuous process. It's not just a once-a-year event. Regular check-ins and feedback sessions build a culture of open communication. This proactive approach not only enhances employee engagement, but also allows for timely adjustments, ensuring everyone is on track at all times. So it's about creating a culture of growth and collaboration. This could be weekly stand-ups to ensure everyone is on track to goals. It could be bi-weekly or monthly one-on-ones with your team to ensure milestones are being met and obstacles are removed for your employees. Or it could be some other forum of sharing status updates back and forth. That could be electronic, like through a project management tool. It's also conducting EPIPs in the HR world. Those are employee performance improvement plans if there's a lack of performance that needs to be addressed. Essentially, those are for coaching up or for coaching out, if you know what I mean. So let's talk about the impact of all of this on the bottom line. So how does effective performance management translate into business success? Research indicates that organizations with strong performance management systems experience higher profitability, better customer satisfaction, and lower turnover rates. It's a direct correlation. Investing in your people pays dividends. And like I mentioned earlier, if we take the company goals and cascade them down to every single position in our organization, every single person, we will see a 23% increase in performance because we're all focused and rowing in the same direction. Does that process take some time to do? Yes, it does, but it's an investment in success. So before we wrap up, here are some quick tips on improving your performance management practices. Number one, communication is key. We want to foster a culture where feedback flows freely, both directions. We want to set clear expectations and provide the necessary resources for professional development. Everyone wants that, the data shows. So this starts with clear job posts, making sure that people understand what they're applying for. That's driven by clear job descriptions. And those, again, are not just a check in the box. Those are something that really provide what a list of the tasks are that the person needs to complete for the job. We also need to regularly review those job descriptions to evaluate the roles. We need compensation data studies to ensure we're paying appropriately to show value and increase retention. This flows into the performance review process. And then it's that regular performance review process on top of overall consistent, clear communication. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination, and it is worth it. As I mentioned earlier in the episode, if you don't have performance reviews in your company and would like to download ours, you can go to our store at saltandlightadvisors.com/resources. We've also got a couple of options where you can take our online course on performance management, as well as schedule a couple of one-on-ones with me to talk about how this can apply to your specific organization with your specific challenges. Listen, we know what you say about HR. It doesn't hurt our feelings. We're here to help.